Welcome to Module 3 of this workshop, which discusses Level 2 leadership, the permission level. The previous modules answered the questions of, what is leadership and who are you? This week's question for Level 2 leadership is, who are you leading? Now, the second level of leadership is the permission level. And at this level, people follow you because they want to, because of the relational connection that you've made with them. Who you're leading is important to how you lead, and you can't lead people until you find them. John Maxwell once said, people go along with leaders that they get along with. But many of us have a problem with the question, who am I leading, when we're trying to lead others but haven't taken the relational time to discover who they are, what's important to them, and where they live, geographically and emotionally. Now that's what I mean when I say find the people you want to lead. Sure, you may inherit a team of people who are physically present, but at this level, your goal is to find them by learning about them. I also remember what John once said about leadership. If you're going somewhere and no one's following, you're not leading, you're just taking a walk. So do more than take a walk. Know your people and bring them with you. Suppose you have to use your position as power to influence and move people, such as your family, students, or subordinates. Well, if that's the case, you're operating at the lowest level of influence. When people feel trusted, valued, and cared for, you can better influence them, and they'll work and serve to achieve your objective with you. However, you must serve them first by establishing a relational connection. Remember, people want to be led, not bossed. Positional leadership without good relationships makes you the boss, not the leader your people want and need. Now, one word to describe a good relational leader is servanthood. J. Donald Walters once said, leadership is an opportunity to serve. Servant leadership is a choice, and it's a tough choice for leaders with big egos. However, servant leadership requires good relationships with those we lead and serve, as this is essential for our leadership to be more effective. And remember this, servant leaders are champions for the people and the causes they serve. And I want you to think about this for a minute too, when it comes to being a relational leader champion. If you've ever been chosen for promotion of any kind, someone chose you, and that person or group of people were your champions for promotion. Now it's sad when lonely people try to lead, and they're lonely and frustrated because they falsely believe they can succeed all by themselves and don't need anyone's help. But remember, no one succeeds alone. We all need champions to help us. Someone served as your champion, so be your team's champion. On page 15 of your guide, look at number 1. To succeed, we must help those we lead to succeed. When we're already successful, our biggest challenge is to listen to those who haven't succeeded yet. We need to learn to listen to understand where they are and how they feel. There's an old ancient Chinese proverb that says, we have ears, so we can hear what you say. We have eyes, so we can see what you say. We have a heart, so we can feel what you say. Now, how can we make others feel valued and understood? Well, giving undivided attention will help others feel valued, as you demonstrate your value for them by seeking to understand them. When we can reach someone's heart and understand their story, we can connect their hearts, minds, and hands to what needs to be done. At Maxwell Leadership, and here at Rambler Christian Center, the kind of leadership we teach others to lead with often requires a paradigm shift, a shift in conventional thinking. A paradigm is a habitual way of thinking, and sadly, if some have led others or been led by others with an authoritarian style of leadership, it will require a complete paradigm shift on their part. Authoritarian style leadership is a low level of leadership because it provides little opportunity for relationships to grow, as those being led often believe the tasks assigned to them seem more important than they are at times. Now I know this sounds like the which came first, the chicken or the egg paradox. So let me explain what I'm talking about. No one member of a team is more important than the entire team. but suppose the team is working together to achieve a common goal. Now, in that case, it may seem that the task is more important than the one individual who isn't working towards achieving it, especially if the team is collectively working to accomplish the goal or complete a task. The authoritarian style leader often resorts to demeaning tactics to motivate the individual to complete their part of the task. But the caring leader seeks to reconnect the lagging individual with the team and the goal. Now, that kind of leadership takes character, patience, and a great deal of understanding. For the authoritarian style leader, it's much easier to remove an individual from a team than it is to develop that person into an integral part of a team, but the cost is usually much higher in the end than we expect. That kind of mentality keeps us in level 1 leadership longer than we hope for. Now, as much as the team wants everyone to do their part, and initially would like the lagging person to be gone, resentment and distrust often become the fruit of our actions down the road. Now, why is that? It's because fear takes root, and fear is the weakest and deadliest kind of motivation. It inspires no one. Inspiration is an outside force and comes from above, and in this case from the leader. Motivation is an inside job, and the individuals that make up a team don't find it in a fearful or insecure environment. Now remember this: you can care for people without leading them, but you cannot lead them without caring for them. You can boss them, but you can't lead them. This goes for individuals as well as for teams. Can people trust you to care for them? Now, you can't fake caring. People can naturally tell if you're genuine or fake. If not at first, they will eventually. Now, Rick Warren says, the most essential quality for leadership is not perfection, but credibility. People must be able to trust you. Trusting you to care for them is the beginning of a great relationship. Now, how can we build trust with others? By taking time to become consistently relational with them. You've got to find out, who are they? Where are they? What are their struggles? And what are their dreams? Look at number 2 in your guide. Shift from coercion to connection, from correction to connection. Avoid bribing or manipulating those that you lead. If you feel you need to bribe or manipulate others to get things done, you'll create your own prison and orchestrate your own demise as a positive influencer. Next in your guide. To connect with people, you've got to do 3 things. First, you've got to connect with yourself. And to do that, you must know yourself, your strengths, as well as your weaknesses. Secondly, develop a people-oriented leadership style. Practice the golden rule. Do for others what you would have them do for you. Thirdly, be the chief encourager. As your team's coach and leader, balance your candor with care, your truth with kindness. Don't avoid either, or you'll not earn their trust. Everything changes when you begin to influence others relationally. No matter where you're at in your leadership journey, you can learn to lead relationally. Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, once said, "If people relate to the organization they work for, if they form an emotional tie to it, and buy into the leader's dreams for that organization, they'll put their heart into making the team better." So remember, go for the heart with authentic care and concern, and you'll win the trust and support of the people. Here's your call to action concerning gaining permission from your team to lead them. When answering the question, who are you leading? Answer the following 5 questions honestly. Number 1, where are you relationally with your team? Now, your team is anyone you influence, such as your family, students, or work team. Number 2, do you have the right attitude toward people? Do you see them as someone to get your checkbox marked off? Or do you see them as part of the business that you're really in? And that's the people business. Number 3, do you understand what you're good at when connecting, and do you understand what you're not good at? Do you have a plan to identify and address your blind spots? Are you secure enough to get help with the things that you're not good at? Number 4, Are you expressing value to your team members? Are you lifting them up, or are you pulling and pushing them down? Do you know them well enough to serve them in the areas that they value? And number 5, are you practicing a balance of care and candor? Can you be tough but yet caring? Tough enough to achieve the goals and kind enough to show that you care for those trying to achieve those tough goals. As we wrap up this lesson about the second level of leadership, the permission level, we have asked, what is leadership? Who are you? And who are you leading? Now remember, people deserve to be led well. So grow your potential as a leader and help people find and reach their potential. Now I'll join you in the next lesson about the third level of leadership and answer the question, what is your win? Now I'll see you there.